Thank you for giving the nice introduction to the Yunus Environmental Hub. Let me ask you a few questions, or actually also let me ask the audience if you have any questions for Kate, please put it in the chat. We have a little bit of time to quickly have a dialogue, to reflect a little bit on the offering and what Kate told us about. So you can ask any question in the chat and we will go ahead and answer them to you. But let me kick it off because I really like your vision here of, you said, the world of 3 zeros. That's a very great concept. I think it's easy to understand, but it sounds like it's so far away. What do you think has to happen so we can reach it?
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much first for being here, by being part of the Yunus Environment Hub, by creating these solutions, these social business solutions, by thinking about, hey, I have a problem. What can I do to actually put hands on and solve it? We are already being part of that change. So I guess it's like, as everything that we first kind of like have to envision the way it could be, and we start working little steps, step by step to go there. So definitely this, you all that are here being part of this event is part of that change. So yeah, thank you very much for having me, and please bring up some questions.
Yes, very, very nice. I think it's great to have an ambitious goal. And obviously the teams here have worked quite hard today in that respect. But I think the question I often get from young people who are starting their career, right? So it's, they go to university and then they join a business or they create a business. Why do you think they should create a social business? Why do you think it's beneficial for the teams to also do that? I mean, what's in it for the people who are the entrepreneurs, and how do they differentiate from entrepreneurs that just go out into the business world?
I think it first needs to come with this idea of wanting to change a problem. Like if you see a problem, for example, I know like one of the teams is working in hydroponics. Probably there is a foundation as well of understanding like there is probably be a lack of healthy food in the future, and they see hydroponics as a solution for food security. It's just an example, but it is a problem that probably triggers them to start thinking about, hey, what can I do to solve it? So I guess that is the first thing that you need to have to think about your idea as a social business. But after that, it's also the way you develop the whole concept, and you understand like it is not only for you as an owner or for your shareholders to earn money and accumulate money, but it is also about like how are we actually gonna change the whole structure of business inside, and how we can actually bring the benefits for all of the value chain, for all of the people that is actually involved in this business. And I think this come along also with understanding that what is the effect our solution is having on the planet, and also on the people that is getting involved. Many things it's kind of like easier, or nowadays we are getting more conscious about the clothes I buy, who are actually making them, like how much is people getting paid by it. But we also need to start thinking about like the environmental consequences of the materials that our clothes are using to be made. So I think it is like when you incorporate all of this vision from the owner, from that youth that is thinking like, hey, I can do this to solve this, and we incorporate this environmental and social vision, we can already start thinking about, I can actually make a social business out of it. And also more like on a later stage of the business, I'd say, it's a matter of sharing and not just accumulating revenues and money for yourself, but thinking about how we can actually reinvest this profit to make a business bigger and greater, to bring bigger and greater impact.
Yes, that's very nice. I can only recommend it to all of you teams out there. Just also from my experience, I've been in the entrepreneurial side and the economic side to create businesses and try to solve problems for profit. And I really like the social entrepreneurship, because in addition to the scaling of the business and to the success that you can have as a social entrepreneur, you're also doing something good. And that will make it much easier for you to get up in the morning, to get motivated to work on the thing. It'll be easier for you to get employees it'll be easier for you to win partners and to win customers, because everybody's going to feel good about your solution. They're going to understand your solution and feel good about it. So it's better to raise a community and to move forward.
Definitely.
It's also the more difficult thing to do. It's not as established as just joining a large company and then creating your own business in the future, but it's really worthwhile. And I think if our generation doesn't stand up to do this, it might even be too late. So I think in the future, we'll definitely have to go in that direction, and you guys can lead this change, and maybe you can benefit of going new ways, of going new paths and establishing this business model, and to prove that social entrepreneurship is going to be our way into the future.
Definitely, I have to agree with you on that one, that it is so much rewarding. It is more complicated. We are not gonna say it's not, because you need to use the profit lenses, but also the social lenses and the environmental lenses to analyze everything. But I think that's actually what makes it really, really fun and really rewarding. I guess there's no better thing than seeing someone really lifting up of poverty or getting a new income, or being like really grateful for something that you are providing and that you are doing. I think that is like the ultimate motivation of everything what we do, is just to leave the planet a little bit better of what we found.
Yes, it's not only not to wreck it, but to leave it better than the way we found it. I think that's the right spirit we have to go into. Actually, we have 3 teams here who've been working hard on their solutions, Kate, and you mentioned 2 programs that you have, the Start Now course and the Grow Up program. So do you think those teams should apply? Does it make sense, or what stage do the teams have to be in? Do they have to be teams, or is it single entrepreneurs that apply together with you? How does that actually work? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, happy to. The Start Now program, the Grow Up program are currently just open for East Africa. So there is like a geographic limitation of it, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to expand it. So please keep your eyes open. For the Start Now, it's a really cool tool to be able to start your business. You have an idea, maybe you know the problem, you know more or less what you want to do, but we know that you need kind of like a business plan idea to be able to go out and test it. You need some channels, you need some potential customers, you need to create this kind of like base and then go out and test it. So this is what the Start Now can actually help you to do. So in an 8 weeks program, you are going to be able to develop your social business plan with the support of a volunteer mentor that is going to guide you through the process of understanding which one is your value proposition, which one is your target market, how can your business be financially sustainable, how can you measure your impact in a really easy way from the beginning, etc., etc. So this is what you can do in the Start Now. This is a program that we are still like piloting in East Africa, but that we are already thinking about how we can grow it and how we can make it available for everyone. So yeah, I encourage you to keep the eyes open on this one. For the Grow Up program is our incubator program. We have run several incubators in Colombia, for example, that are for entrepreneurs that are at a later stage, to say so. They have, for example, revenue positive, not profitable yet, but revenue positive. And they have already, for example, tested their product in the market, but they're still trying to struggle a bit with what is their business model, for example, to prepare to scale. So that is like the type of support we are providing through this program. And this first cohort in East Africa is going to be completely focused on waste management. So also, like, if you have any solution, or if you know someone that is working on the waste management sector in East Africa, and they can still join and they can still participate, they don't necessarily need to be based there, but if their solution tackle this market, that's definitely something we can take a look into.
Okay, there's a question from the audience, Kate. I don't know if you could actually see that. If you click on the chat, maybe you could quickly answer that one.
Okay, the question says, what would you advise to a youth like us who have so much brilliant ideas, but who has an ample resources to make it happen? I think I don't know the word ample, sorry. Is that little resources? Okay, so I got it. I would say like you don't need, and also my experience also as an entrepreneur myself when I was really young, I don't think that you need a lot of resources to start. You usually, for example, like if you have an idea, you can make minimum viable product with really little resources and go out and test it. And it is incredible how much you will learn just by testing that. It is like, and you are gonna hear it from many entrepreneurs that probably their biggest idea was not the first one, was not the second one, or the third one, but they learn a lot through the process. So actually, when you try to, you make this like an MVP, that it is, for example, like if you want to build a platform that is like has 10,000 features, you can start with a couple of features, and there is like tools online that will help you to do so. And then you try and test, you go and test your market, you go and meet your beneficiaries, you talk to people, and this builds your skills as a person in a way that you cannot envision this in the future, like how this is gonna help you to build and grow and understand everything what you want to do. Many people hit it on the first one and they are really good at it, but worst case scenario, you are just learning a lot of things that you are not going to be able to learn on the school or the university. These are like skills that build you as an entrepreneur and as a person. So my advice will be try it for cheap. Like it is possible to try it with little resources, but just go out and learn and fell in love in the process.
Yes, there's so much to learn there, and I think just engaging in projects and solutions, and especially in ventures, is the fastest way to learn. It's the fastest way for you to make progress, right? To contribute to the society. It's a tough journey, I must say, but it's really worth every minute of learning along the way. I think you guys should be in it for the long run. When you do embark in a solution, think a little bit longer term, right? Because not all the things will work in the first year, right? Things, you will get stuck. It will be you will have difficulties in raising funds and finding the team, getting customer acceptance for your solutions, etc., etc. And that is the way to be successful, is actually to be persistent in doing that.
Definitely.
I think you guys have shown great persistence today. So now that's why we're wrapping up the session. Thank you all for joining early this morning. Just a quick summary. I think we didn't know each other at all this morning. We started with a quick introduction. We gave you some inspiration. We had the great talk of Peter setting the stage. We learned some new methods. I loved your draw your future elements. We will come back to that tomorrow actually to review them. I really like those exercises. Then we wanted to show you some methods of how to find a solution. Today was all about dreaming about the solution. What could it be? Tomorrow will all be about focusing and planning it. And then in the afternoon, actually putting it into a nice pitch and a presentation so your project can be taken forward after the hackathon. So thank you very much for your energy today. I love the discussion. Also, thank you so much to all the facilitators who worked together with you in the groups. Thank you so much to the team here, also to Shannon for organizing everything. I think we've had a very, very nice first day. Now the sun has come up here in Munich and we're getting ready to go outside. You guys, it's evening where you're at. We'll meet again tomorrow at 10 o'clock, right? To go into the detail session. There's a lot for you to learn tomorrow. We'll also have some more inspiration from the Future Shapers program in the morning, and you will meet a lot of great experts that you could connect to in the afternoon. So, get a restful night's of sleep. Thank you very much for your engagement and your enthusiasm today. Keep thinking about your solution tonight, because we will iterate it tomorrow and make it much more concrete and much more scalable than during the day. Okay, everyone, have a great evening. Enjoy your time off, and we're really looking forward to see you again tomorrow here from the team.
Thank you very much, and keep the spirit up.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.